Hare Krishna Prabhu's Matajis. Welcome all of you for this Bhagavad Gita session. So let us start. Jagannath Baldeswara Mai ki jai, Nrsimha Bhagwan ki jai, Pancha Tattva ki jai, Shad Goswami ki jai, Guru Parampara ki jai, Shri Gopal ki jai, Gurudev Hari Prabhu. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Today we will be continuing with the 12th chapter, devotional service from Bhagavad Gita. The verse will be 11, verse number 11. So let us recite this verse. Athaitat apyashaktoasi kartum madhyogavashritah sarva karma phalatyagam tatah kuru yatatmavan अतैतदपशक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं ततः कुरु यथात्मवान्. Translation by Divine Prabhupada ki jai. If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act, giving up all results of your work, and try to be self-situated. Hare Krishna. So this chapter is so wonderful chapter. In fact, we should always have this chapter in our throats. We should be thorough with this chapter because it gives options for everyone. If you cannot do this, you can do this, you can do this. Krishna knows the mentality of different people. So this chapter is now from verse number 8 to 12. It gives the progressive stages of devotion. See, what is Bhakti Yoga? Bhakti Yoga is a systematic process of cultivating attachment towards Lord Krishna while becoming detached from this material. Right? Bhakti Yoga is a systematic process of cultivating attachment towards Krishna while becoming automatically detached from the material world. So now it is established that Bhakti is the superior. So having established the superiority of Bhakti Yoga, the question now arises, how to perform devotional service? Okay, now you say, Prabhuji, Mataji, now Bhakti Yoga is the best. Krishna says, okay, how to perform that? So the next 5 verses, verse number 8 to 12, Krishna, beginning with the highest stage, he describes the levels of achievement in Bhakti. See, just go through that, what is from the 8th through 9, from the translation. So in the 8th, he says, just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always without a doubt. So the 8th verse, he says, just fix your mind upon me. Now in the 9th verse, he says, my dear Arjuna, O winner of wealth, if you cannot fix your mind upon me without deviation, when you have to fix your mind without deviation, so if you cannot fix your mind upon me without deviation, then follow the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga. So in this way, you develop a desire to attain me. That is in the 9th verse. In the 10th verse, he says, now if you cannot practice the regulations of Bhakti Yoga, right? Previous verse we don't do. Now if you cannot do that, then just try to work for me. Because by working for me, you will come to the perfect stage. So the regulative principle is working under the guidance of a spiritual master, right? And in this verse only, in the purport, Prabhupada says, how to do this work has already been explained in the 55th verse of 11th chapter, 11.55 he says. So you can go through that. So now we're coming to the current verse. Now, if you are unable to work in this consciousness of me also, then try to act, giving up all results of your work and try to be self-situated. So saying, try to give up all the results of your work and be self-situated. Now, why is it so? Why does this happen? Why you are not able to, you cannot practice just like by being working. Now you have to work in Krishna consciousness, but you are not able to do that. Why? See, the reasons are one may be unable to sympathize for Krishna conscious acts because of the social uh, atmosphere, family atmosphere, or some religious considerations, or any other impediments. Because of that, we are not able to do it. So, what is the recommendation for such people? Krishna says in this verse, sacrifice the accumulated results to some good cause. And which authority says that we should do this? They are given in the Vedic, various Vedic rules. These procedures are given in the rules, like many yajnas to be performed, or specific functions of punya, right? Prayashchitta, so many things, right? In the various Vedas. So how, by doing those such things, how that will help us, help such people? One may gradually elevate to the state of knowledge. See, there are practical examples, like people giving charity to the hospitals, some social institutions. So such sacrifices of hard-earned results, it will purify the mind. And by this, one can gradually understand Krishna consciousness. So, in what cases such things are recommended? Like, in what cases, like can do the social service, or you can do community service or national service. In what cases it is recommended? See, Krishna consciousness is not dependent on any other experience, because Krishna consciousness itself is it will purify the mind. But if there are impediments to Krishna consciousness, then one can try to give up the results of his actions for some good causes. And in that respect, the social service, community service, national service, they may be accepted. So the principle behind this philosophy is given in 18.46 of Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna says, if one decides to sacrifice for the supreme cause, even if he does not know that the supreme cause is Krishna, he will gradually understand. Very nice, 18.46. If one decides to sacrifice for the supreme cause, even, even if he does not know that the supreme cause is Krishna, he will gradually understand. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 2.40 that some way or the other, if you begin your activities in Krishna consciousness, even 1%, not even 100%, just 1%, it will never be destroyed. Prabhupada says all other things, whatever you acquire in this present life, with the end of this body, everything is finished. Your education, your degree, your opulence, your skyscraper building, your bank balance, everything will remain where you kept. And you have to go. Even leaving this body also. You have to go alone and to accept another body. But if you cultivate this Krishna consciousness, that will go with you. And if you have finished in this life, say 10% of spiritual activities, the next life you begin from 11%. Now, because one has committed himself to Krishna consciousness, Krishna proclaims that within a very short time, he will become saintly. The moment you are committed to Krishna consciousness. You see, the example is one may pull the plug out of an electric fan. And the fan may still go on, even though the plug has been taken out, disconnected. Right? You put it off, but still the fan will go slowly. But it is understood that the fan will soon come to a stop. Correct? So once we take shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, we turn the switch off of our karmic activities. And although these activities may still revolve, it is to be understood that they will quickly diminish. So it is a fact that whoever takes to Krishna consciousness does not have to endeavor independently to become a good man. All the good qualifications will automatically come. And it is stated in Bhagavatam that one who has attained Krishna consciousness has simultaneously attained all the good qualities. That's why, as it is stated in Bhagavad Gita 3.9, Yajnartat karmano anyatar loko ayam karma bandhanaha. Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. Otherwise, work binds one to this material world. Karma bandhanaha refers to the repeated acceptance of one material body after another. So the whole problem of life is this repetition of birth and death. Therefore, one is advised to perform yajna meant for satisfying Lord Vishnu. It is given in Bhagavatam 9:16-23 purport. Prabhupada is given that. See, Krishna says that as soon as one gets this body, it doesn't matter if it is from India or from the moon or the sun or Brahmaloka or anywhere within this material world, one should know that it is due to his sinful activities. See, there are degrees of sinful activities. So Prabhupada says that according to the degree of sinfulness, one takes a material body. Therefore, our real problem is not how to eat, sleep, mate, and defend. Our real problem is how to get a body that is not material but spiritual. So that is the ultimate solution to all the problems. So Krishna guarantees that if one surrenders unto him, if one becomes fully Krishna conscious, then he will give one protection from all reactions to sinful life. See, just try to understand. For instance, I am caused by my father. My father is caused by his father. He is caused by his father. Who is caused by his father? So in this way, if you go on searching, then you will ultimately come to someone who is a cause that has no cause. Anadir Govinda. So the cause that has no cause is Govinda, Krishna. See, I may be the cause of my son, but at the same time, I am the result of another cause, that is my father. But the Vedic literature say that Krishna is the original person. He has no cause, and that is Krishna. So this is the beauty of this verse. So it says, if however you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act, giving up all results of your work, and try to be self-situated. That's why I know it says if it may be that one is unable to even to sympathize with Krishna conscious activities because of social family reasons, right? Objections will be there. So for one who has such a problem, it is advised that he sacrifice the accumulated result of his activities to some good cause, like charity and all those other things. But ultimately, their mind gets slowly purified and they will be able to understand Krishna consciousness. So this is also recommended as per this verse. So I'll stop here. Gandhara Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thank you very much, Father, for giving this opportunity to glorify the Lord. Then Vancha Kalpatarubhishya Kripa Sindhu Bhaiyocha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Ultimately, I think they will be.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Ultimately, they will become devotee. Can one or two life? पूछने में क्या है?
तुम पूछना.
Hare Krishna, Ramchandra Prabhu.